Thank you for coming and welcome to Mohawk Valley Community College. My name is David Katz. I'm the Executive Director of Organizational Development here at MVCC. It is an honor to be here today on behalf of our President, Dr. Randy Van Wagner. We are excited to be hosting Utica Mayor Robert Palmieri's first State of the City address. 2 years ago, Rob Palmieri was sworn in as the mayor of Utica. During that time, there have been remarkable changes in our city. We've seen economic development in areas of the city that had been stagnant for years. We've seen local, regional, and national businesses come and invest in Utica. With the help of the mayor's leadership, there's a renewed sense of optimism about our city's future. At MVCC, we are very excited about Utica's potential and look forward to the continued partnership between our college and the city.
We're going to give you an idea where we came from. Although it wasn't the best of times, it was a reality check. We knew from day one that we had some budgetary problems, and we looked at the problems. Our operational deficit is a minus $3 million. Our unreserved fund balance, a negative $15,000. For anyone looking at this point, it doesn't look like much, and maybe some don't fully understand what it means. It means that we had, for our budget, a deficit of $3 million. That's roughly a 15% tax increase. The negative $15,000 is very similar. If you're running your household, we had no fund balance. We should have in our fund balance an average between $4 to $5 million. Our water trust money that we've had, which was allocated for basically a rainy day, was depleted. They were used to, unfortunately, balance previous budgets. What do? First thing we have to do is obviously understand where we are, where we have to go. We need help. With our partnership with Senator Griffo and our Assemblyman Anthony Brindisi, we immediately set up the meeting to go down and talk to the state controller. We understand we had serious problems. We needed some type of direction, and we met. Next step was our HUD, our relationship with our HUD offices in Buffalo. The same principle is we went out to Buffalo, we sat down with them, we understood that, quite frankly, we may have not been doing the best in the past, but we needed a road to recovery. And that road to recovery would be in cooperation with the guidance of HUD and our administration. If you look at the facts, our facade program, over 90% was non-compliant, and we took responsibility. I'm really happy to say at this point, we are a model city with HUD. We have changed the complexion. We have changed how we do business. They are now our partner. And a list of our problems, quite frankly, continues to go on. I don't have to tell a lot of people in here, we all know. We cut back and we passed budgets that were balanced and they're on time. Any decision that you make, it's going to affect somebody here, somebody outside, the quality of life. We made difficult cuts within public safety, within codes, within corporation counsel. Everybody, unfortunately, made a cut because we knew at this point that we had to look to the future, and the future was, at this time, we can no longer live the way we lived in the past. Let's look at where we are at this point. We've taken a $3 million deficit, and currently at this time, we have an operating surplus of $900,000. We've taken our unreserved fund balance that we've talked about at negative $15,000. We're currently at $1 million. That's a $4 million swing in operations in just 1 year. $4 million. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering, but we're on the right track. How do we get on the right track? You can't do it by yourself. You got to do it with collaboration and communication with your partners that are out there. And we have done that. Economic development, quality of life, and a vision for the future. That's our focus. You learn from the past. You understand the present, and you plan for the future. Whether it's a government whether it's a family, that's what you need to do. We don't want to go back. We want to move forward, and that's what we're doing at this time. We understand you can't cut your way out of this. The only way is to grow ourselves out of this. So what do? We sat down with the economic development team. We have only one thing that we can sell in our city, and that's our service. We have to be the best. You work with national, regional, and our local entrepreneurs. We have broken ground where areas of people say, you'll never be there. We have cut ribbons and created jobs, and created jobs, and created jobs. That's the only way that this city or any other city is going to grow, and we have done that. But it was picking up the phone and calling up a lot of national companies and telling them our story, what we had to offer. And Bass Pro Shop, I called them up. And you know what? I told them, we have a great facility for you. We have a great area. We're right on the cusp of the Adirondacks, on the New York State Thruway. You've got flow of traffic coming all the time. We even got the Lieutenant Governor involved. We had everyone doing whatever we can. And here's what we're looking at. Opened on October 13th, over 220 new jobs, over $3 million investment. The beautiful thing about this, we are only one of 2 Bass Pro Shops in New York State. Do you not think we have something to offer in Utica, New York? Absolutely we do. What has that done for Riverside Center? I'll tell you what it's done. They are iconic, the Bass Pro Shop. Riverside Center was sold at an investment of $60.5 million, which means that investor was confident that his long-term investment was going to be realized. Developers are looking and seizing the opportunity to coming in to our great Riverside Center with much more development coming on. I'm really happy to say that when we sat down with Jim Rinaldi of United, he did not have a facility in Utica, New York. He had one in Syracuse. He had one in Watertown, in Binghamton, in Albany, but his facility in this marketplace was relatively small, presented what I felt was an opportunity for him as I read a little bit more into what Jim looks at, and we delivered. Once a brownfield, now is the home of United Auto Supply, a facility that now we will no longer call it the Bossert site. Now it's the home for United Auto Supply. Jobs, brownfield's gone, people are very excited in West Utica. We have a new facility, and that's just the beginning. We'll be making other announcements as we come down the pike. Don't have to say a lot about this one, but I will, because I think there is a story that goes behind this. The auditorium, great facility. If not for the Utica College hockey team, hockey in Utica probably would not be at the level that it is at this point. We went through very difficult times when we had the Utica Devils. So there was talk out there. There was an AHL team kind of looking around. There was that feeling of euphoria. There was also that feeling of, we're skeptical. What's going to be going on? I get a phone call from my good friend Todd Hutton. We talk about it. We had some concerns. So what do? Let's have a meeting. The meeting was in my conference room. I sat down with Rob Esch, Frank Duras, Todd Hutton, Anthony Pacenti, Joe Griffo, Anthony Brindisi, and Steve DeMio. How could we take 2 positives and make it a negative? It's not going to happen. We stayed in that room for over 2 hours. We know what has happened. Thanks for the partnerships and the people and the foresight at this point. New jobs, over 180 new jobs, an investment of $2 million, the county investment of over 500, but more importantly, it's the feelings that we have that this city is moving in the right direction because we do have that partnership. We do have that excitement at this point. We are bringing it to where it should have been for many years. We're bringing it back where it was once before. Let's take a look at this building. Another vacant city-owned property. I can't express to you how depressing it was. There was water leaks. There's no plumbing. There's no heat. There's no excitement. There's no life. What opportunity is there? I'll tell you the opportunity. The opportunity is we had local investors that saw the vision, saw the understanding, saw where this city was going. I met with Tony and Frank Cristiano, who are well known in this region as being entrepreneurs in the restaurants, 45 new jobs, over a $500,000 investment. It is now a destination. It is unbelievable to go in there. I am so excited to bring my family there. Thank you, Frank and Tony Cristiano, for believing in our city. Let's stay right on Whitesboro Street. The Dickie Frank building was once part of municipal housing, a vacant city-owned property. We've taken the old Dickie Frank building, over a $100,000 investment. I'm proud to say that A&P Master Images, there's life, there's jobs, there's vitality. Howard, thank you for investing into our great city. Let's keep on walking right into that downtown historical district. Let's look at what has transpired along Bagg Square. The private development has changed Bagg Square from what we've known to where we are going at this point. It's brought new life, new eateries, bars, businesses, lofts. Let me thank the local entrepreneurs that saw the vision, had the faith, and understand this is a new time. This is the awakening of our city. Mark Mojave, Chris Talgo, Frank Ayalas, Bruce Davis, Mike and Francis Pezzanella, thank you for what you're doing for us. HSBC building. When I was employed with the city as Deputy Public Safety Commissioner in Weed and Seed, we went through this building, and I could tell you it brought tears to my eyes. A vibrant, beautiful building with great interiors. Within a short period of time, we had an absentee landlord out of California that did not have a vested interest in our city, and it decayed. I can't even describe how bad it was. Water all over the place, asbestos, mold. But what happens here? Francis and Mike Pezzanella, a vacant 8-year-old building, infusing over 30 new jobs, over a $6 million investment, and a $400,000 investment by ESD. I am so excited about this building that at some point I'm going to be down there to have the first drink on the rooftop bar to celebrate what I believe is going to be the cornerstone of the city and our downtown area. And we don't stop at this point. We all know about the Harza building. We all know what was talked about, what the beliefs were. It took someone with vision, with passion. We're talking about a homegrown individual. We're talking about Tom Clark. He brought in not only jobs, but his passion for downtown. We saw how great he's done with the Adirondack building. Mr. Clark came to the forefront. It's now home to Utica College Online Division. What is happening there? We're bringing colleges in our downtown. And there's countless other new businesses. These are things that are happening every day. It's not bad for 2 years. We continue to grow. We have a product to sell. We're proud of it. And we're proud to have the partnerships that we have now with a lot of our entrepreneurs. Another great opportunity we had, if you remember before it was Moe's and Hoopla, it was Friendly's. It was devastating. It was closed. We had a local developer that looked at that site, realized the opportunity with the harbor right next to it and what was coming to our city. Not only did they create the jobs, they tore down the Friendly's, they built a new facility, 40 new jobs, over $1.25 million of a private investment. Total amount, 60 new jobs. Sat down last week, had our news conference, and I'm proud to say at this point, our friends from Summit Realty have looked at this. We have sat with them. It's a new business. We're open for business. We're friendly. We'll do whatever it takes. We realize the great product we have. We want to share it with others. We want to share it with people out of our region, in our region, and nationally. Thank you for Summit for investing in our city and bringing jobs and growth back into our community.